Oh my god, you guys. It's 2:48 p.m. EST. I slept until like 1 p.m. Oh fuck. I'm fucked. I woke up, I did some shit on the Minecraft server, and then I got ready for the weekly sip. What the fuck? Oh. I slept for like, must have been 12 hours. We did Barotrauma till midnight. We did Barotrauma till midnight last night with Kibbs and Arch. It was like, goddamn, man. Went to bed around 1 a.m. and I slept like 12 hours. Fuck. The Minecraft server is up, yes. In fact, I'll probably pop in a minute. Server's doing well. Also, my wrist isn't getting any better. My right wrist. Wrist and hand. It just hurts. I think carpal tunnel has finally come for me, guys. C11 has passed, but it's not implemented yet. There's still some time. Let's hope the Conservatives win the next election, because Jesus. Give me a minute. Okay. Okay, friends. Shall we get on the road? On the road again. Lazy bum waking up at 2:45. Damn. Thanks, Joshua, for the $2. $8 from Tricky Mario. Thank you. Did you hear about a panel in California recommending reparations for blacks in the state because of slavery? No, actually. Is that real? California reparations. California reparations panel approves formal apology and payments. Wow. Yeah, dude, just fucking leave California. What a shit show. Cons never win in Leafland. I don't know about this time because the current conservative leader is young, charismatic, popular, and Trudeau has worn out his welcome. I am 5'7". I'm short. Okay, so hello, the weekly sip. It's late once again. I seem to be not able to keep this fucking show on track. God damn it. The panel approved it, but no local or state government has approved it. Oh, so it's like doesn't have any teeth. I see. Lance versus Tim Pool. I mean, I could do a full dissection of Lance versus Tim Pool. Maybe I will, but I'm gonna talk a little bit about it in the next video. The Lusitana sack. What's that? Dev, don't have a scheduled time for the sip, so whenever it happens, you miss the first part. Also, they were going hard on you last night, Lamo. You mean going hard on me during Barotrauma? Oh, okay. Hold on, I'm just gonna message Kibbs. Kibbs? My chat says you guys were mean to me behind my back. So I'm leaving Barotrauma. Let's see if he takes that seriously. Kibbs, how could you? Breed Kibbs. Oh, fuck. I wonder if, like, the main reason I haven't been able to do much writing because of my hand. Like, it's just the pain in my hand. Oh, well, I was there. Oh! Okay. Before we start, Jesus, no. This is actually quite a bit of pain in my wrist right now. Just like doing random things. Jesus. Fuck. I was sent a letter from Tampa, Florida. It's even like wax stamped. The fancy wax seal. Thanks, Holzenhader. Thanks for the money. Let's open the letter. Hopefully there's no anthrax in here. Okay, there's the letter. Is there anything else in the Nope. Thanks for the envelope. I think it's carpal tunnel. Let's see what's in the letter. Oh, there's a bunch of anime stickers, dude. Actually, these are some pretty degenerate fucking stickers. It's all anime girls shoving their feet towards the camera. And also a Pikachu in a jar. Why is it all feet? Dude. Why did you send me only fucking feet stickers? God damn it. Did you hear that Still started making adult toys for Canadians? Look up Still Magnum B. What the fuck? Okay. I'll look it up. Alt Racer, thanks for the $5. Oh, it's a backpack blower. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. $10 and become the knight. Yo, dude. Film Threat is doing a series of Star Wars debates and need people to defend Disney's side. I think you'd be great at defending Star Wars against Star Wars turning political. I hate Disney Star Wars. What do you mean? What do you mean I should defend the Disney side? What are you talking about? Okay, here's the letter. Dear Dev, just writing to say I love your videos. I discovered you back in the day when skeptic channels were a dime a dozen. Frankly, all those channels turned to shit, and yours is the only one I enthusiastically watch. I like Sargon too, but these days you are the king of even-headed discussion. I may be an ANCAP, but you are a Chad centrist, and I almost always leave your video with a new perspective I didn't consider. Even when I disagree with you, I love the nuance and fairness in the videos I disagree with. I bought sexy anime girl stickers and accidentally didn't realize they were footy girls. Please relieve me of that part of the collection. Keep up the videos as long as you enjoy it. You have a fan in a Florida man. And there's a drawing of me saying, "Come on, guys, watch SFO Arcade." Oh my god. Is this Sammy G's letter, actually? Hold on. Thank you for the letter. Very appreciated. Yeah, footy girls, dude. Footy girls. Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay. Well, thanks for the letter. Thanks for the fucking footy girls. Jesus. All right. Oh, I'm just stretching and trying to wake up. God damn it. How did I sleep until 1 fucking p.m.? Hold on a second. I just noticed there's a rainstorm outside. Dude, I'm like barely fucking present right now. Jesus. Jesus fuck. Okay, hold on. I'm like barely here. I'm barely alive. Hey, Tidge, you want to be a mod? Go ahead. Okay. You want to support the channel? You can give $5, a $5 recurring tip through Patreon, Subscribestar, YouTube memberships, or the Twitch sub button. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free sub. So toss it my way, please. I'm also going to start actually probably streaming on Kick this week as well. I think it's time to branch out to Kick and Rumble. Those are the next hottest places at the moment. Right. Also, that letter was sent to the P.O. box on screen. So if you want to send me anything, packages or letters, I'll check it out on the stream. So send it over. Now then. Oh, Fiverr from a real Holtznader. Have you heard of the channel Legal Mindset? He's a bit of a tool, but he's a Florida corporate lawyer with specialization in special districts. Never heard of him. I'll look him up, though. But thank you. 4 months. I enjoy you. Let's piss off some more Twitter babies. Thanks, Miss Sparkles. Okay. Real quickly. Here's the Minecraft server since I opened it 1 week ago. This was a giant jungle, if you remember. A small city has popped up. I'm not doing any of this. Everyone else who's playing, they're doing it, man. The only thing I'm doing is this. This tree. Oops. Come on. There we go. This tree is my creation. I put the tree here. I've been doing some work inside of it. The tree is my addition to spawn, but everything else is just last time we had a Minecraft server, I was kind of tyrannical about how spawn should be set up and blah blah blah, but this time I'm like, you know what? You guys can figure it out. And so they are. This city is entirely a community creation. Hey guys. Huh? Yeah. Thanks for the pufferfish and the carrot. That's a meme. So, if you want to play on the server, that is the IP address at the top of the screen. Just punch that in, and away we go. I will say, after like a few more weeks, if some of these builds and spawn aren't completed, we should just bulldoze them and have someone else take over. Because, like, why have a half-completed house that's not done yet? You know what I mean? Devs send nudes. Yeah. There's some nice houses out here. Like, there's some creative stuff. You gotta finish it, though. Someone made themselves a little mountaintop temple. That's real nice. We have some good builders on the server. This is my tree here. This is the dev tree. So, now that the Minecraft server is back and it's running, as long as demand continues, I will continue to put more time and effort into it. And the next thing to do, guys, is I'm going to do some sort of a Team Fortress 2 server next, because there's also demand for a TF2 server. So yeah, please consider. Oh no, we're only gonna build. What the fuck? The god of the jungle, sacrifice your foreskin. We're not gonna actually bulldoze. Oh, somebody had some nice stuff out here. Yeah, we're not gonna actually bulldoze like a crazy amount of things. Just like if someone put a building right, like a piece of shit right at spawn, and like they haven't finished it or anything, we'll probably bulldoze that. Someone's treehouse. Like this building here. It's not done yet. It hasn't been touched in a couple days, I think. If the guy doesn't come back in a couple weeks to finish it up, we'll just have someone else build here. Oh, here's Renegade's Welcome Center. Nice. Got some crops going. Go ahead. Oh. Is it just a hole? Okay. So yeah, that's the plan. Hey, can I just like knock him off? Oh, I can't. Someone disabled PvP. I will give a tour of the server someday, yes. Stop jump scaring me. I'll launch some. Anyway, consider joining in. Consider joining in, guys. The IP is on the screen. And that's that for Minecraft, at least for this week. Yeah. Oh, also, for those of you who played on the old server, I'm going to bring in the old maps as archives if there's enough demand for them. So, stick around for that. Let's get out of here, though. There's the community stuff all squared away and handled. Minecraft server, TF2 server, things are going well. Let's see some supers now. 20 pounds from Do It Yourself. Thanks very much, dude. Thank you. Real Holtzner for $5. I'm loving TikTok Tuesdays. Thank you for your suffering. Would you accept shorts as well? Of course. Thank you. Kevin McDonald, £5. Considering how the wokies are gaslighting tomboys and femboys into being trans, who's your favorite tomboys and femboys in fiction, Dev? I mean, you know what? I don't know. I have to think about that. There's like a bunch of new ones, yeah, but they're not as good as the classics. But I can't remember the classics now. Holtzner, $5. I'm going to bring up the legal mindset because he is the most qualified to talk about the Disney situation. He definitely has a perspective, though. He's red-pilled. I see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could get into that debate, to be honest. Dev, when do we get the Space Station? What the fuck is Space Station 13? Hey there, Colink. Colink, I'm finally getting things done. The Minecraft server's back. The Minecraft server is back and up and running. The TF2 server, I'll probably do that next. I'm going to be redoing the studio, I think, on Tuesday, I think. Everything's going, finally. I'm finally being productive, even though I slept in until 1 p.m. today. Um, I was gonna see if I could like do the next Moldbug stream with Adam and Sitch on Tuesday, but I don't think that's happening, unfortunately. R.I.P. $10. Bilkskmir. Thank you. Hey, Dev, unrelated to whatever's going on in the show. I'm behind. But do you think you do a long form type video on virtue ethics, possibly in relation to deontology and consequentialism? Yes, that's probably a video that will eventually happen, but I don't think I'm going to be covering it anytime soon. Like, I know exactly what I would say for that video, and it's actually a pretty easy video to make. I'm not doing it yet, but I will do it. Yes. Artemis, $5. Space Station 13 is the game that inspired Barotrauma. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Holtzner, $5. You think you have the trucker video done before Christmas? The trucker video is going to be one of those videos that's big, right? So the Antonio Gramsci video was huge. It was an hour long and tons of reading and tons of research and better editing than normal. The 3 forms of fascism video, the same thing. It's the same thing. The trucker video is going to be in that vein. It's going to be a huge video, and it's going to require a lot of research. I want to do one of those videos a month. That's my current goal. One big video a month. And the video for May that I'm currently doing, it's already underway, is the is fascism actually capitalism in decay? So that one's going to be May's big video. So I could do the trucker video in June. I probably should do the trucker video in June, in fact. $5 from here in Lady Columbia. What's next for new videos? That's a secret. That's a secret, dude. Haha. But you'll see them soon. Looking forward to all of them. These days, I'm just trying to lose weight. Put my criminal justice degree to use. Well, good luck on that, man. I mean, I can do Tim Pool and like I can analyze Tim Pool and the Serfs. I can do that. I might even like do a stream on it or something. I might like try to grab Taftadge or grab Lilith or grab Arch or grab somebody and do a stream on it, right? Wait, was Rolo on Such an Atom? Really? I didn't see that. You should probably do the trucker video sooner than later. It's already been a year. I don't care anymore. I'll you know what? I don't know. Hold on. I care to do the video. I don't care what people getting mad at me for over it. I'll do that when I do it. All right, thank you, Holtzner, for the $5. Your May topics are super interesting. I think it's interesting too. Grab Arch for it. Zenchan, you fucking leech! You never watch my you never watch my content anymore. Why should I grab you for a stream? You fucko. Okay. Shall we, before my wrist gives out yet again, shall we get on with it, friends? Yeah, wasn't Rolo T like the original Red Pillar, like from 10 plus years ago? Okay. So this is what you guys sent me before. California Reparations Panel approves payments of up to $1.2 million to every black resident. The California legislature could vote on the panel's recommendations. Wow. The California Reparations Task Force formally recommended that the state offer payments of up to $1.2 million to every qualifying black resident. The task force held a public meeting in Oakland, California on Saturday and voted on the final set of recommendations to be sent to the state's legislatures. The 9-member panel called on the state to offer its black residents a formal apology in addition to the payments. Reparations are not only morally justifiable, they have potential to address long-standing racial disparities and inequalities. The panel's recommendations breaks payments down by types of historical discrimination. For instance, black residents affected by redlining by banks would receive $3,366 for each year they lived in California from the early 1930s to the late 1970s, amounting to up to $148,099. Similarly, black residents could receive roughly $2,352 in compensation for overpolicing and mass incarceration for each year they lived in California between 1970 and 2020. Those payments could amount to $115,000. In total, from these and other payments included in the plan, a black Californian who is 71 years old and has lived in California his entire life could receive up to $1.2 million. There's the reparations. They're finally coming. They'll be back for more another 2 years. Yeah. After all the money mysteriously vanishes into, like, it gets turned into, terrible, huge vehicles or big screen TVs or crack cocaine. And then it's, oh, where'd it go? Oh, fuck. Oh, we need more reparations. The panel's Saturday vote included only recommendations for the state's legislature and does not have any legal weight. So, Saturday's meeting included opposition from black residents who want larger payments. An activist identified as Reverend Tony Pierce was one of the more outspoken people at the gathering, making reference to the famous 40 acres and a mule promised to former slaves when he took the podium. You know that the number should be equivocal to what an acre was back then. We were given 40, okay? We were given 40 acres. You know what that number is. You keep trying to talk about it now, yet you research back to slavery and you say nothing about slavery. Nothing. So the equivocal number from the 1860s for 40 acres to today is 200 million for each and every African American. How is 40 acres of land worth 200 million? What the fuck? 40 acres of land worth. How much is 1 acre? Okay, 1 acre in Canada, $950 an acre in Saskatchewan, to $63,000 an acre in parts of the Fraser Valley in British Columbia. Okay. So, I guess more expensive areas, the land cost more. Hold on. Is this $200 million for every African American doing a thing of like 40 acres of property in downtown LA? Everyone's owed that. What? Here, let's just give him 40 acres in Nebraska. Most people who spoke at Saturday's meeting spoke in support of reparations. Despite such an agreement, however, sparks flew throughout the chaotic, emotionally charged gathering as arguments broke out. Indeed, many attendees spoke out of turn and interrupted each other. Oh my god. Apparently, the task force chair had to call for security to remove people multiple times. These people make it hard not to be racist. It's pretty easy not to be racist, Zen Chan. In fact, that's going to be a video that I do soon. It's like, if you look at the data, it looks like, oh shit, oh fuck, racism. Like, but then if you actually look deeper, it's like, no, okay, the situation is, even if there are racial trends in a population, individuals within that cohort buck the trend all the time. Like, there is more variance between one random black individual and another random black individuals than between blacks and whites as a cohort, right? As two classes. Which is why it's important to treat them as individuals. Let's continue on, though. A 13-year-old boy got caught inside of a Carowinds claw machine. Look at this kid. Okay, come on. Dude. You just climbed right inside, dude? Like, are you that shitty? I really wanted the thing. Fuck. A 13-year-old boy got stuck inside of a game machine on Sunday afternoon. It happened around 2 p.m. at the Charlotte area amusement park. Park officials said this teen was trying to steal items from inside a claw machine game called Cosmic XL Bonus Game. Carowinds medical response team was able to get the boy out of the machine and administer first aid. He was then released into the custody of his guardian. The boy is now banned from the park for 1 year. Wow. How dumb. They couldn't get him out because the claw kept dropping him. Wow. This is truly stupid. And he deserves the public humiliation. Someone is stealing wheels off of police cruisers in Mississippi. For the second time in several weeks, thieves have stolen the wheels off of Jackson Police Department cars. Sergeant Roderick Holmes said that 3 police cars were towed Saturday after police found that their wheels had been stolen. The cars were parked behind a police museum in downtown Jackson, and police aren't sure when the wheels were taken. This is the second time that wheels have been stolen from patrol cars in recent weeks. Wow. A car was left on blocks outside the West Jackson Police Training Academy in March after thieves stole the tires and rims. Well, there you go. Well, there you fucking go, dude. GameStop fires employee for leaking Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch. The report claims that Nintendo forced the company's hand. So, for those of you who don't know, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was released onto the internet about a week and a half ago. A week and a half ago. I don't have it. I don't have a copy of it, but I know that my mod Dragon Fat Deposits has a copy of it, and she's been playing it on an emulator, on a Switch emulator, and the game is actually apparently pretty good. She quietly streamed some of it to the SFO Discord, but don't tell anyone. At the end of March, Nintendo announced it would be releasing an unofficial Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Switch OLED model. While it was meant to be a surprising moment for fans, the unit had already been leaked online. Now in an update, it's been revealed one of the individuals who played a part in this leak had been fired from his job for violating company policy. According to Kotaku, the individual known simply as Mike was a GameStop employee who shared a photo of the company's inventory database after the initial leak in December, speculating the system would be revealed ahead of Nintendo's new gameplay trailer. Roughly 2 weeks after the showcase, Mike was fired on the 11th of April. Where it gets interesting are claims Nintendo traced the leak back to Mike via his Reddit and associated social media accounts and forced the company's hand, demanding the employee to be terminated over the leak. Oh my god. Another GameStop employee corroborated that Mike's account to Kotaku. During the phone call of his termination, Mike's manager told him, "This is your favorite company, and now they hate you." Ouch. That sucks, dude. But you know what? The game looks good. Zelden Ring 2, Fallen Order. God damn it. Nah, man. Listen. I have a soft spot for Nintendo. I am going to soy the fuck out when this game comes out. Listen. What fucking day is it? The game comes out on the 12th, all right? In what, 6 days? The game comes out in 6 days. Naomi's off work at 1 p.m. EST. I intend to be fucking streaming this thing by 2 p.m. and I'm going to be going like for 10 hours, all right? I'm going I'm so hyped. I'm going to soy constantly, all right? Full soy. I'm going to be starting that stream up and you guys better be joining me. It's going to be great. Don't use the word mummy. It's offensive to the ancient Egyptians. Museums stop using the age-old expression out of respect for the 3,000-year-old dead. Oh my god. Woke museum chiefs have stopped using the word mummy for ancient remains. A mummified person is deemed to be politically accepted by some museums. Okay. Committee of reparations and burn down unemployment offices. Thanks for the $5. Thanks for the $5, Olsenator. Fondue. Nintendo hit squads are on their way. Oh no, I'm fucked. Thoughts on the right clinging to 2020? Antifa and BLM have been silent for years now, mostly, and the right seems stuck on those groups, even if they're not relevant. It's because 2020 was like a uniquely bad year. All right, lockdowns, pandemic, riots. Like the left claims that people like me. Actually, some people on the right claim that people like me are stuck in 2015 or 2016. Well, the left is stuck in 2020. Sorry, the right is stuck in 2020. They're like, oh my god, it's it's like, Jesus Christ, guys, it's been fucking 3 years. Okay. It might seem impossible to hurt the feelings of a 3,000-year-old corpse. But woke museum chiefs have stopped using the word mummy to describe the remains of an ancient Egyptian, all in the name of respect. They say the term is dehumanizing to those who died and, of course, an unwelcome throwback to Britain's colonial past. The phrase now deemed politically acceptable is mummified person or mummified remains. The British Museum says it uses the latter phrase to emphasize to visitors that they are looking at people who once lived, while the Great North Museum, Hancock, in Newcastle, says it has adopted the terms for its mummified woman Irtiriu, who dates from around 600 BC, to acknowledge the history of colonial exploitation and give her the respect she deserves. National Museums Scotland has also removed the word mummy from its labels on human remains. A spokeswoman said, "Where we know the name of an individual, we use that. Otherwise, we use mummified man, woman, boy, girl, or person, because we are referring to people, not objects." How do you know if it's a man or a woman? How do you know what they identified as? How do you know? You fucks. Again, they're looking to the Teen Takeover Chicago. While 2020 is over, the consequences are still there. I have not looked into Teen Takeover. You gotta DM me that shit, man, and I'll check my DMs at some point, probably this week. But thank you for the $5, man. The word mummy is not incorrect, but it's dehumanizing, whereas using the term mummified person encourages our visuals to think of the individual. Museums are also concerned the word has become linked to terrifying monsters, thanks to countless horror B movies such as 1932's The Mummy. The Great North Museum's Joe Anderson said that legends about the mummy's curse and movies portraying supernatural monsters can undermine their humanity. The word mummy has been used in English since at least 1615, but some say it has a colonial past, as it derived from the Arabic word mameya, meaning bitumen, which was used as an embalming substance. Many mummies found their way to Britain in imperial times, especially during the Victorian Age, where there was a trend for unwrapping them. How fucking big is this goddamn article? Okay, Jesus Christ. I was like, holy shit, it's... Okay. Goddamn. I saw the scroll bar and I was like, Jesus. Miss Anderson said this turned human remains into specimens or curiosities. But critics of the new terms claim the change is virtue signaling. Jeremy Black, author of Imperial Legacies, the British Empire and the World, said, "When museums cut themselves off from popular culture, they show contempt for how we all understand words, meanings, and history. It would be better to focus on helping create a setting that encourages all to visit them, rather than in pandering to a virtue-signaling minority." David Abulafia, a professor of Mediterranean history at Cambridge University, described the move as strange, and Chris McGovern, the chairman of the Campaign for Real Education, said, "The curse of the mummy is driving these academics mad." A British Museum spokesperson said, "The museum hasn't banned the use of the term mummy and is still in use across our galleries. Our recent displays use the term mummified remains of and include the name when known to the person who's been mummified. Displays and exhibitions created by the museum have emphasized the mummified remains are of people who once lived. The research undertaken by the museum over the last 10 years has focused on the individuals, looking at how they lived and how they were prepared for the afterlife. This approach aims to bring the visitor closer to the people who lived along the Nile Valley." And Adam Goldwater, manager at the Great North Museum, Hancock, says they wanted to describe their collections in respectful ways, sharing information from the perspective of their original community. Okay. I mean, I personally don't care. As long as you're not sending those back because of colonialism. We all know that the Islamic Republic of Egypt would just destroy them anyway. Oh yeah, everyone went off on this article. Leaving my boyfriend after his cancer diagnosis was the best thing for both of us. What the fuck? A woman is running the London Marathon for her ex-boyfriend after admitting she left him because she couldn't cope with his cancer battle. Danielle Epstein says she felt like the most awful person leaving somebody because they have cancer. Her ex, Jel Frenson, was diagnosed with a grade 4 medulloblastoma in September of 2022 when he was 37. The couple were buying a house in London when Jel, who works as a Google software engineer, suffered dizzy spells and vomiting. He was diagnosed and had to relearn to walk after an operation, and also had radiotherapy and chemotherapy. This tumor type is so rarely seen in adults, it is among the least well understood, and the prognosis is variable. Physics teacher Danielle experienced panic attacks and her mental health plummeted, so they split up. What a piece of shit. She moved to Thailand with her dad, but has stayed friends with Jel, who will watch her run the marathon on Sunday in his name for brain tumor research. Danielle said, I still love Jel deeply and want to support him, but I came to realize I couldn't stay with him as his partner. I feel like the most awful person, leaving somebody because they have cancer, but it was damaging my mental health and it wasn't helping Jel. We're still figuring things out and finding ways to continue our relationship as friends. Our whole lives came out from under us. Yeah, dude, like what a bitch, all right? Man gets fucking cancer. Woman makes it about her and leaves. It's like, oh, I still want to support him. I still love him. No, you don't. You would have stayed. There's like, people don't seem to understand what a lasting relationship is anymore and what it means to actually stick by someone even as things go south. Because here's the thing. Here's the black pill, everyone. Things always go south. All right? Somebody close to you is going to have a serious illness. Someone's going to die. You're going to die. All right? And either if you fall in love, if you fall in love and it's a perfect relationship, here's the end of the story. Either you watch them die or they watch you die. All right? That's the story. There's no good ending for any of us. That's just how it is. But that doesn't mean that you have to make every step along the way terrible as well. All right? And that's what shit like this is. It's making things terrible along the way. God damn it. $5 from Holt Center. We will move on to 2020 when we see some public justice against the people who prove that the way to win is to be a violent mob. I guess you got to keep being violent mobs then, unfortunately. If you love someone, let them go. If they love you, they will cure their cancer and come back. If he doesn't cure his cancer, he clearly didn't love her. Jesus Christ. Everyone died. The end. Sometimes you go together in a fiery crash. Yeah, I guess there's also that. You could just die like stupidly together. That's true too. No, I keep hearing from, especially boomers. I don't know how I understand death more than the boomers do, but there are boomers who are like, "Well, I want to have some dignity." It's like, no one dies with dignity. All right, you're old, you're feeble, you're in pain, you're losing your mind. Everyone has to do everything for you. People are wiping your ass. People are bringing you food. You have no autonomy, and then after you're dead, you shit yourself. All right? No one dies with dignity. It will be a humiliating process for all of us. But that's no reason to lose hope. Because you can still have noble moments between now and your death. Death will consume Naomi and live forever. So let's continue. We're still figuring things out and finding ways to continue our relationship as friends. Our whole lives came out from under us. We were on a certain path to a certain future, and within one day, we knew it wasn't going to work out like that anymore. I was so worried and devastated, I couldn't sleep or eat. I was having panic attacks and was on so much medication to sort myself out, I just couldn't function. Jesus, poor bastard. The UK is not a developing nation. We should be scientifically innovative, but treatments haven't changed in decades and we seem to be behind other countries in the advances they have made. We desperately need more research and trials to develop better treatments. In August, after numerous consultations with GPs and ineffective treatments for an ear infection, the vomiting became much worse. Gel went for a private MRI scan using his health insurance with Google, where he works as a software engineer. The mass was discovered and he was booked in for surgery in September, after which it transpired the tumor was cancerous. The surgery left nerve damage, which resulted in palsy to the right side of his face and a squint, which causes double vision. He also can't fully close his eye and must use eye drops and ointments constantly. I felt so helpless watching all this unfold, so I knew that I had to do something. I had to leave him. Girl boss! I'm not a runner, but Gel has done marathons before, so I thought it would be a challenge for me and a nice tribute to him, and it felt like something to aim towards. I won't be fast, I'm determined to get around. Training has been tough physically and mentally. Just keep going when you're bored, so when you're so bored, it's challenging. But I can have the best motivation. If Gel can go through all of this, then I can run a marathon. I will be there on the day to cheer Danielle on. I think it's incredible what she's doing. When she said she was going to do a marathon, I must admit I had my doubts. I think she only did about 5 kilometers when we were together, and that was with a lot of complaining. I've got so much respect for her discipline and perseverance. Well. Okay, it's all about the marathon now. Like, what about the fact that you broke up with... Oh, God. I hate this person. I hate this person. Yeah, not a runner. Now she fucking ran away, dude. $5 from Der Lammer gear. Sent the links also included one of the End of the Cop City occupation, which mirrors Chad's so much accessible. Thanks very much, Lammer gear. Appreciate it. Damn. The official Buck Breaking NFT artwork collection is available now. Oh my god, guys. Tariq Nasheed's Buck Breaking NFTs. This sounds awesome. Fuck, dude. Alright, what is... Buck Breaking. Well, they don't seem to be doing so hot. But there's your Buck Broken NFTs if you want them. Alright. 2 10-year-olds worked at McDonald's without pay, sometimes until 2 a.m. Jesus. Holy shit, guys. Child labor is back. 2 10-year-olds were found working at McDonald's where they prepared and served meals, worked the drive-thru and the cash register, and cleaned the store, according to federal labor officials. The children would occasionally work as late as 2 a.m. and were never paid at a McDonald's restaurant in Louisville, Kentucky. The restaurant let one of the 10-year-olds use a deep fryer, a task workers under the age of 16 aren't allowed to do under federal law, as it's considered dangerous equipment. It's prohibited for a 10-year-old to be working at a McDonald's franchise, says Juan Coria, the department's Wage and Hour Division regional administrator for the Southeast. The children are 2 out of 305 minors under the age of 16 who they learned that were working illegally at McDonald's restaurants in Kentucky, Indiana, Maryland, and Ohio. My God. 305. The 62 McDonald's restaurants are run by 3 franchisees, Bauer Food LLC, Archways Richwood LLC, and the Bell Restaurant Group LLC. To address the child labor violations, they were ordered to pay $212,000 in fines. McClatchy News reached out to Archways Richwood LLC on May 2nd and didn't immediately receive a response. McClatchy News was unable to immediately find contact information for Bell Restaurant Group. Too often, employers fail to follow the child labor laws that protect young workers. Under no circumstances should there ever be a 10-year-old child working at a fast food kitchen account around hot grills, ovens, and deep fryers. Yes, the children yearn for the mines. That's how it is. Chimney sweeps are coming back. Bauer Food, based in Louisville, had 24 individuals under the age of 16, including the 2 10-year-olds, illegally working long hours daily or weekly at their McDonald's restaurants. One of the 10-year-olds worked 10 shifts between the 2 and 4 hours per night. The other child worked during the similar time frame. They should have been in school instead of working. Like, where do these kids come from, dude? Side Demo Kid, thanks for the $5. Listen, Deb, we took them out of the mines and gave 10-year-olds into Minecraft. They want to do the labor. While there are special exceptions for children of any age working at a business entirely owned by their parents, the minimum age for employment is 14. Workers 16 and 17 are allowed to work unlimited hours in a job not deemed hazardous by the Secretary of Labor. Federal child labor laws no longer apply when the individual turns 18. Thanks for joining the D Club, Black Dynamite. Very appreciated, buddy. Okay, Bauer Food spokesperson has said any work done was at the direction of, and the presence of the parent without authorization by franchisee organization management or leadership. We have since taken steps to ensure our policy regarding children visiting a parent guardian at work is clear to all employees. Okay, so basically some low-level manager had their kids do extra work for them, maybe to appear like they're doing better at the fucking, like, I don't know. Their parent was the night manager. Joshua, thanks for the $2, man. Fuck. Yeah, this shit's pretty awful. All right. It doesn't seem like the companies are doing this. It seems like individuals in the companies who have access to kids, maybe it's their own kids, they're getting them to do this work so that they can look better. Ridiculous. This new Israeli dance performance is an anti-fascist warning. How does Israel combat anti-fascism, guys? Well, they do the human centipede. How is this an anti-fascist warning? The Batsheva Dance Company's Momo makes it clear that the choreographer Ohad Naharin's faith in the public's ability to act has been replaced by despair. Well, I'm despairing at looking at this right now. Oh, I gotta subscribe. Hold on, can I archive it? Wait. Actually, wait. I'll give it a zap. I'll see if the zapper gets rid of it. Oh, I don't think the zapper's gonna do it. Nope. Nope. Okay. Let's see if I can get the full article. Archive.org, help me out here. Come on, Wayback Machine. Give me a hand. Nope. How about archive.is? Come on. Search. Nope. I don't have access to it. Here, I'll just read the first. Momo, the new work from Ohad Naher in cooperation with Ariel Cohen and the dancers of the Bathsheba Dance Company, is a dance performance filled with deep sorrow, a bitter lament over the loss of individualism, a dirge on the repression of everything that strays out of bounds. Its despondent beauty hangs over the audience and refuses to dissipate even after it comes to an end. Well, it does seem like something is refusing to dissipate. And it's probably all the farts these guys are giving to each other. It truly is a thing of beauty, isn't it? Just to look at this picture. The absurdity of it. Like the nonsense. Okay. Let's continue. What to do when hundreds of pounds of pasta are dumped in a New Jersey town? Guys, pasta is for many people a sacred food. It's not sacred. I mean, even as a pasta Canadian right here, it's not that fucking sacred. It's accorded a particular reverence among people in New Jersey, where census data shows that over 1 million residents can trace the roots back to Italy. So why would somebody dump hundreds of pounds of pasta in the Garden State's woods, denying it the chance to appear in all its glory on a heaping plate doused in sauce and topped with Parmesan cheese? Why is there just tons of pasta? Some residents or a business dumped at least 300 to 400 pounds of pasta on the trail. It has been reported to the township. Any person identified on the cameras involved in nefarious or criminal behavior will be reported to and potentially subject to criminal investigation by police. Just pasta, dude. Fucking pasta everywhere. The dev's average lunch. Fuck you. Nina Jocknowitz, an Old Bridge resident who ran for a township council seat in 2021, had posted those photos of the pasta dump to her Facebook page. The pictures show mounds of elbow macaroni and oodles of noodles along the bank of a stream in the township. She's gone to the scene to snap photos after hearing from a neighbor about it. Apparently some grandma died and she had stockpiled it during lockdown. Really? Oh, okay. They did it the old-fashioned method. They dumped it in the woods. Everyone does. 23-year resident says she contacted the township authorities, but Old Bridge does not have its own dump and uses private companies to collect garbage. When you don't have a facility to get rid of the crap, people do it the best way possible for themselves. As for who would dump pounds of pasta, let's see. Jocknowitz described the person as a resident of the neighborhood who was cleaning out a large amount of pasta. She declined to identify him out of sensitivity for the family. He had a very large collection of pasta and ended up basically at our footsteps. Several hundred pounds of uncooked pasta was dumped. Several hundred pounds was removed from the packaging and then dumped along the creek. It was like it was only there for a short time, but moisture did start to soften some of the pasta. It was heavy rain. Public Works have cleaned it up. 15 wheelbarrow loads of illegally dumped pasta is now under investigation. I mean, yeah, they could have brought it to a food bank, dude. Like, why not just bring it to a food bank? Okay. All right. This town just doesn't have bin men? No, 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 no. Zenchan, in small towns, in a large town, they can afford to have like the public works company, public works, a public company do it, right? But in small towns like this, there's going to be a private corporation that the town contracts with to do like all the surrounding small towns. That's how it works. Yeah, why dumped uncooked pasta? No idea, man. How am I still fucking tired? Jesus Christ. Wake up, Dev. Ah. That hurt. Okay. Commenting Friday about all the fusilli. Fuck you. The Old Bridge mayor Owen Henry said that if the individual had called about what to do with the pasta, the township could have suggested other options, such as bringing it to a food bank. Yep. It was a lapse in judgment because this material could have been disposed of properly. The cleanup took about 2 hours. This would be the sentencing at Dev's trial during the revolution, crime against pasta. Yeah. They had a little machine that scooped up the pasta. They spent about 2 hours cleaning up the trail that day. The pasta, like Joknowitz, Ross declined the name of the culprit, but said he heard from neighbors that the pasta may have accumulated over the course of the COVID pandemic. So someone just like stockpiled pasta during COVID, hundreds of pounds of it. And then I guess someone in the chat, I think it was Zenchan in the chat, said that it was an old lady who died and then they just got rid of it by dumping it. What a ridiculous situation. Fucking hell, man. All right. A Good Burger sequel has been ordered at Paramount Plus. Oh my god. Guys, I loved Good Burger. 1997, film of the fucking year. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. May I take your order? Oh god, it's going to be great. Paramount Plus has ordered up a sequel to the 90s kid classic film Good Burger. Both Thompson and Mitchell are coming back to reprise their respective roles as Dexter, Reed, and Ed, reuniting the Nickelodeon comedy duo more than 25 years after the movie's first release. I can't believe it's been a little over 25 years since great customer service was born at Good Burger. Being part of something that so many generations of people have come to love has made me so proud, and now to be back where it all began working on a sequel is surreal. I love performing with my brother and can't wait to show the fans what these characters have been up to since we last saw them. Listen, Good Burger was a terrible movie, and I loved it. I want Dude, Where's My Car too. Yep. The characters of Good Burger originate from All That, the 10-season sketch comedy show that aired on Nickelodeon from 1994 to 2005. Thompson and Mitchell were both cast members in the first 5 seasons of the show, and quickly became its breakout stars. The original sketches focused on Mitchell as Ed, a clueless teenage cashier at the Good Burger fast food restaurant. The 1997 film added Thompson as Decker, a slacker forced to work at Good Burger, who teams up with Ed to save the spot from closing. So, Good Burger 2 sees Dexter down on his luck as another one of his inventions fails. Ed welcomes Dexter back to Good Burger with open arms and gives him his old job back. With a new crew working at the Good Burger, Dex devises a plan to get back on his feet, but unfortunately puts the fate of Good Burger at risk once again. Based on the description, it appears that none of the original film supporting cast, which included Sinbad, Shar Jackson, Linda Cardinelli, Shaquille O'Neal, and George Clinton, will be returning for the sequel. Also, Abe Vigoda, but he's dead. Dude. Good Burger 2 is going to be awesome. I'm fucking hyped. Good Burger 2. Hold on. Good Burger 2. Are there pictures of it? No, there's no pictures of it yet. Damn. Fuck, dude. There's no pictures of it yet. The villains of the film will be vegans. All right. Louisiana woman accused of killing her boyfriend's 6-year-old daughter and burying her in a bucket on her mother's lawn. Holy fuck. Hannah Landon allegedly murdered Bella Fontanelle and buried the child's remains in a chlorine bucket on her mother's front yard. Dude. Like, what the fuck? I assume this is like a Jasmine, like, Halloween costume? Fucking hell, man. A Louisiana woman was arrested on charges of first-degree murder and obstruction of justice after she was accused of killing her boyfriend's 6-year-old daughter and burying the remains in a bucket. Okay. Hannah Landon, Hannah Landon. Is that who this person was? Hold on. Let's go back. That's the child. That's her. Fuck. What a monster. She committed cultural appropriation? Jesus. Hannah Landon, 43, is accused of murdering Bella Fontanelle and burying her remains in a 5 to 10 gallon chlorine bucket in the front yard of her mother's home. Why is it front yard? Why, like, shouldn't you... Okay, first of all, you shouldn't do anything. But, like, wouldn't it be smarter to bury in the backyard? So less... Okay, whatever. All right. 11 miles west of downtown New Orleans. Police found the girl's remains outside her mother's house on Sedgefield Drive at around 8:20 a.m., less than an hour after Bella's father reported her and Landon missing. The mother's home is less than 2 blocks from where Landon lived with Bella's father. Bella was pronounced dead at the scene. An autopsy ruled her death as a homicide. The cause of death was determined to be strangulation and blunt force trauma. She had multiple injuries. Authorities believe Landon killed Bella at her father's house, then took her remains to her mother's house. Landon, who was also known as Bunak Lim and Bunak Landon, was captured on neighbors' security video pulling a wagon with the bucket inside of it down both Donnellan and Sedgefield drives. Authorities secured an arrest warrant for her Wednesday afternoon and detained her later in the day after she was released from a hospital, where she had been sent for evaluation after she showed up at the police department around 1 a.m. She was booked into custody under the name Bunak Landon. A judge ordered Landon to be held without bond, the sheriff's office said. She could face the death penalty or life without parole. Yep, her lawyer said that she had no comment. The motive remains unknown. Landon has refused to cooperate with investigators. She declined to be interviewed. Investigators do not believe Bella's parents, who had joint custody, were involved with her death. The authorities have interviewed both of them extensively. Landon has allegedly had past altercations with some of Bella's family members, including her mother. She was served a summons for simple battery after she allegedly attacked Bella's aunt, her mother's sister, at a swim meet, allegedly leaving the woman with visible scratches below her left eye and on her left hand. She was extremely uncooperative with officers for the duration of her time on the scene, initially refusing to even identify herself. Landon told officers that the aunt attacked her unprovoked, but could not produce any witnesses to corroborate her account and refused to allow officers to examine her for injuries. The next month, Landon tried to file for a temporary restraining order against Bella's mother and aunt, alleging that they had attacked her at the swim meet and that Bella's mother had made multiple threats of harm against her. The restraining order was later dissolved, and Landon's petition for a permanent injunction and damages was denied. Fucking hell, dude. $8 from Tricky Mario, thank you. Speaking of burgers, anyone remember that 90s Burger King Kids Club kids? I snapped some pictures of play equipment that still had them recently. Dude, DM me those pictures. I want to see. But yeah, I remember those kids, yeah. Yep. Her death was a big shock to the small community. My heart and prayers go out to the family this happened. Yep, since it's okay. Any more information on the event? There's a GoFundMe page to pay for funeral expenses and support Bella's mother. So, what I'm wondering is, this was the father's girlfriend, and he'd been feuding with members of the father's family, or she had been feuding with members of the father's family. Is this one of those things where like the evil stepmom like kills the stepdaughter or something? I don't fucking know, dude. This is monstrous. Science needs to stop using terms like male and female, mother and father. No, it doesn't. Alternatives to terms like male and female and mother and father should be sought in science because they assume that sex is binary and heterosexuality is the norm. That's because sex is binary and heterosexuality is the norm. Yes, listen, I gave this take on Twitter. Leftoids got angry, but I'm correct. Being gay is abnormal. And that's fine. There are things that are abnormal and good. It's okay. It's okay to be abnormal. Embrace those abnormal bits of yourself. It's fine. Male and female should instead be referred to as sperm producing and egg producing. But that's what male and female means, though. Like, hold on. Male definition. Of or denoting the sex that produces small motile gametes, especially spermatozoa. Female definition. Of or denoting the sex that can bear offspring or produce eggs. Distinguished biologically by the production of gametes that can be fertilized by male gametes. Yeah, like male means sperm producing. Female means egg producing. That's what these things mean. Fuck. But not all males have testicles. Here's the thing. If you were born a male and you have your balls chopped off, you're not a male anymore. You're now a eunuch. That's how this works. Meanwhile, father and mother should be labeled parent, egg donor, and sperm donor. So fucking stupid. God save the king. Thanks, Mr. Bruh. Thank you for the membership, dude. Sent them to you. Thank you, Tricky Mario. Appreciated. Thanks for the donations today, guys. The group has called on the scientific field to use words that are more inclusive and precise, according to a press release from the University of British Columbia. Of course, it's fucking Canada. Jesus Christ. Much of Western science is rooted in colonialism, white supremacy, and patriarchy. And these power structures continue to permeate our scientific culture. Fellas, is it white supremacist to notice that when you jack on your dick, sperm comes out? UBC assistant professor Dr. Caitlin Gaynor. Dr. Caitlin Gaynor said the undertaking began from a Twitter conversation among a few people about terminology that is potentially harmful. We reached out to different networks in ecology and evolution that were focused on increasing inclusion and equity in the field to rally support for one very specific action: revising terminology that might be harmful to certain people. You know what? I don't care. I'm going to use male and female for the rest of my life. And if I am the only one, then fine. You will not get your perfect utopia of progressivism as long as I'm alive. Simple as that. The group's website lists its top 24 harmful terms. Oh my god, we got to see this. A repository for harmful terminology. The EEB community. What's EEB? Maybe it's like, oh, ecology and evolutionary biology. Okay. Troll toll. I should give back while snaking up the chat. Thanks, Jiggy. Thanks for the $11, dude. Very appreciated. Troll toll, guys. Let's see. What's the list? Okay. Alien, non-native, exotic, invasive. The use of these terms can reinforce anti-immigrant rhetoric in society. The assumption that endemic species are good and non-endemic species are bad can have xenophobic and nationalist implications. But okay. Now do white people in North America. Fuck. Their alternatives are non-endemic species, newly arrived species, non-indigenous species, introduced species, or nuanced species. Nuanced species? Dude, imagine calling fucking immigrants to a location a nuanced species. That's way more racist. Okay. Let's see. Blind, double blind, or plant blindness. Okay. The use of blind when referring to, for example, a reviewer not knowing the identity of an author, or a scientist not knowing the experimental treatment of samples equates a disability with a certain set of conditions. When referring to a lack of knowledge about certain organisms, like plant blindness, this uses blind with a negative connotation. So, masked or anonymous could be used in the case of review or experimental design. Awareness disparity are under study when highlighting a bias in researcher attention. So, no more saying that we are blind to this set of knowledge. You have to say you have an awareness disparity. Fuck. Mark Daga, $2. Thank you. In 6 weeks, the new terminology will be harmful. Yeah, I might do like a full video on this. This is ridiculous. Generic edgelord, 20 kroner. Thank you. Gonna keep using male and female and mummy. Thanks very much, dude. Okay. Wait. Citizen science. What is that? Citizen science can exclude those participating in science who are not citizens of the country in which the research is taking place. How do you heard that term before? Okay, whatever. Feminized and masculinized. The use of these terms to describe hormonally induced physiological changes or changes in reproductive capacity can conflate sex with gender. You're already conflating sex with gender when you reject male and female, you fucking retards. Okay. Describe the specific traits. For example, state that an individual has experienced an increase in testosterone rather than saying the individual has become masculinized. Fuck. Okay. A gypsy. Gypsy. For example, the gypsy moth is an agricultural pest that uses economical damage, and associating a racial slur to describe Romani people with a pest can cause harmful associations. They should call it the spongy moth instead of the gypsy moth. All right. I'm not going to do all these. Okay, right here. Male and female. When referring to humans, gender and sex are often conflated. You just said up here. Where is it? Feminized and masculinized. Changes in reproductive capacity can conflate sex with gender. But then you're doing it here to oh my god. In general, these terms can reinforce societally imposed ideas of a sex binary. You are now conflating sex with gender, you retard. Okay. When referring to gender in humans, stating the specific gender, i.e., man, woman, or non-binary, should be used in place of male, female. Okay, what if we're stating the specific sex? When referring to sex in non-human organisms, it may be appropriate to use male and female, or to refer more directly to the focal trait. For example, sperm-producing, or egg-producing, or XY or XX individuals, even though they don't like fucking chromosomes either, or staminate or pistillate flowers. Okay. Let's see. There's a lot in here that are stupid. Hold on. Survival of the fittest. The term survival of the fittest is often used to support eugenics, ableism, and social Darwinism. You should use natural selection or survival differences. Hey, you know what? Do you know what the survival difference is between Group A and Group B? One of them dies more. Dude, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. Oh yeah, that's right. There's like slave and master files and slave and master systems in computing, where the idea is that you have like certain parts of the computer that report to like another part that's one level up. It's been in use in computing for like 50 years. And recently in the computer science side of things, a bunch of wokeoids have been screaming that you can't use slave and master systems anymore. $5 from Stream Troll Mike. Thank you. They want to make an entire paragraph out of what used to be 1 or 2 words. Basically, they want to turn a language into Finnish. Thanks, man. $5 from Sean King. I'm a biotech graduate and I'm not using these new terms. Based. $5 from Lives in Your Walls. Hey, man. This needs to be rooted from the science as aggressively as possible. This is beginning to rhyme with Lysenkoism, and the consequences will be deadly. Exactly. Exactly. Hold on. Wait. We can't use rape anymore. You can't say rape. Equating rape with a reproductive strategy rather than a violent and traumatic act can lead to dangerous misconceptions about that as a natural behavior. Also, the use of the term forces survivals to be confronted with it, which is traumatic. Therefore, you should say forced copulation. Can you imagine? You're a rape victim. You go to the police. And then the police officer very kindly asks, "Were you forcibly copulated?" Oh my god. Oh, discovery is banned, dude. You can't discover things anymore. Describing findings which are new to Western science as discoveries can erase the long-standing, detailed ecological knowledge of indigenous communities that have been involved with local environments and ecosystems before colonialism. So rather than discovering things, you identify them or you describe them. What if you actually find something that is new? What if... Okay, fine. The proper term is actually tag non-consensual. We're seeing the rise of Lysenkoism. Again, we fucking are, dude. Yeah. Dolphin forced copulation. Oh, hold on. Virgin. When used to describe an organism which is not mated, virgin reinforces a social construct with heteropatriarchal norms. Instead of saying virgin, you should say unmated. Okay. But what about incel? Incel is involuntary. So, like, it's a struggle snuggle it is then. All right. This is fucking retarded. Texas shooting suspect who killed 5 neighbors, including a child, could be anywhere now. How'd this guy get away? The suspected armed and dangerous Texas man wanted for fatally shooting 5 neighbors, including an 8-year-old boy, is an illegal immigrant who could be anywhere now. Several hundred law enforcement officers led by the FBI were desperately employing drones, dogs, and horseback searchers to comb through the thick forests around the town of Cleveland. Authorities were also going door to door Sunday, searching for clues about suspected gunman Francisco Oropesa, a 38-year-old married dad from Mexico who is still on the run after allegedly going berserk and unleashing the horror. He was in the U.S. illegally. He was previously deported multiple times because he lacked legal residency status. His last encounter with the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement was in 2016. We do not know where he is. We have 0 leads. We are tracking him with dogs and men on horseback and drones in the air. He could be anywhere now. He's armed and dangerous. The drunken Oropesa allegedly executed his victims with an AR-15 style rifle after the residents asked him to stop firing off rounds in his yard because they had a baby sleeping next door. We asked him to be quiet because my baby was scared. Garcia, whose infant is 1 month old, said that his wife, Sonia Argentina Guzman, and his 8-year-old boy were both shot dead. We had company. We were going to make something to eat. The guy came out and he was shooting. I never thought that he would shoot. Then he went room to room looking for people. My God. He is believed he fled after the shooting. He's on foot or on a bicycle. They recovered a phone and clothing while searching the forest for the suspect, and they thought they had him cornered, but the police dogs lost the scent. They also found the assault rifle, but he still may be carrying other weapons. There were other weapons found in his home. There's now an $80,000 reward for information leading to the suspect. Damn, dude. Yeah. It's kind of scary. You never know where he can be. I don't think he'll be here anymore. Yeah, he's not coming back. His wife and son have lived in the community for 5 or 6 years and have been known to ride their horses on the street. The dead victims are between 8 and 31 years old, and they are all believed to be from Honduras. They were each shot from the neck up. So headshots on all of them. Two of the murdered victims were found in a bedroom with their bodies over a pair of kids, apparently in an attempt to shield the little ones. 3 blood-covered children in the home survived the massacre. Man. Is that Lance Reddick back from the dead? The bloodshed occurred after at least some of the neighbors went over to the suspect and asked him to stop firing his gun. The man walked over to the fence and said, "Hey, we're trying to keep the baby asleep in here." Oropesa responded he was on his property. He then went to their front door with his rifle after he had topped off his magazine. Oh, man. An alt-universe Tim Pool. Brutal, dude. Oh, yeah. Ronald Dahl books rewritten to remove language considered or deemed offensive. Augustus Gloop now uses enormous instead of fat. Miss Twit no longer says ugly. And the Oompa Loompas are gender neutral. Wow. This sounds stupid. Roald Dahl's children's books are being rewritten to remove language deemed offensive. Puffin has hired sensitivity readers to rewrite chunks of the author's text to make sure the books can continue to be enjoyed by all today. Fucking. Rewrite the past. Change it all. Edits have been made to descriptions of characters' physical appearances. The word fat has been cut from every new edition of relevant books, while the word ugly has also been culled. Yep. Miss Twit is no longer ugly and beastly, but is just beastly. Hundreds of changes were made to the original text, and some passages not written by Dahl have been added. But the Roald Dahl Story Company said it's not unusual to review the language during a new print run, and any changes were small and carefully considered. Ah, fuck you. In The Witches, a paragraph explaining that witches are bald beneath their wigs ends with the new line, "There are plenty of other reasons why women might wear wigs, and there is certainly nothing wrong with that." Virtue signal it. Oh. References to female characters have disappeared. Miss Trunchbull and Matilda, once a most formidable female, is now a most formidable woman. Gender neutral terms. Oompa Loompa Loompas were once small men. They are now small people. The Cloud Men are now cloud people. Man, this is such bullshit. I bought older editions of all of his books from Amazon. You can still do it before they are republished. Roald Dahl books from before Lame, basically. Hold on a second. $2 from Argel. Survival of the fittest means skill issue. Ian for $5. They will only apply language restrictions to whites. Oh, Jesus. All right, dude. Willow's in $5. The history and knowledge of indigenous people. This is just a modern progressive take on the noble savages. Yeah, exactly, right? They're doing noble savage bullshit. Yeah, this is rather ridiculous, isn't it? What's this? Oh, yeah. Some dude murdered a guy because the guy laugh reacted to a profile picture of him and his girlfriend. What? It's war behind this one. What's funny? Trying to get some bread, huh? Ain't shit. I don't care. You're the one on my dock. Now you always on some funny shit. You rack my shit for anyway. I'm ready, though. I seen Alyssa on it. Why would I not? So, you feel some type of way? That's my shorty, and it's all smoke behind her, too. So, these two guys are fighting over this girl? And someone reacts? Isaiah Fitzgerald. Isaiah Fitzgerald, 18 years old, of Scott County, Missouri, died on April 25th, 2023 at the Missouri Delta Medical Center. That's this guy. That's my shorty. That's my girl. Yeah, so Tanner Watkins and his girl, Isaiah here, reacts with a laughing emoji on Facebook. And then he fucking kills him. Tanner Watkins. Murder, first degree. He killed this guy for a Facebook reaction. What the fuck, dude? Like, this is actually wild to me. What are you people fucking doing? What are you people fucking doing, dude? How long till they come for Tolkien's works? It'll happen eventually, now that Tolkien's grandson or son, whatever's out of the picture. Thank you, though, for the donation. And finally, Ontario claims that $75 million stolen in kickback schemes has run by an alleged ringleader of COVID-19 fraud. You ever wonder where all that COVID relief money went? At least here in Ontario. Hey, buddy. The Ontario government is alleging that as much as $75 million in taxpayers' money was stolen as part of elaborate kickback schemes in the awarding of computer contracts. In a dramatic expansion of the province's civil case against the ex-bureaucrat accused in the alleged $11 million theft of COVID-19 relief funds, the Crown claims that at least 9 others are involved in a separate conspiracy dating back more than a decade. The plaintiff, the Ontario government, paid out approximately $40 million pursuant to FFSCs, resulting from the kickback schemes. The secret commissions totaled approximately $35 million. As a result of the conspiracy, the plaintiff suffered damages in the amount of $75 million. That is over and above the $11 million allegedly taken from the Support for Families program, which gave Ontario parents $200 per child under the age of 12 and $250 per child under the age of 21 with special needs to offset online educational expenses early in the pandemic. The court filings say The government alleges that Sanjay Madan, spouse of Shalini Madan, their adult sons Chinmaya and Ujjwal, and their associate Vedant Singh funneled cash to thousands of Bank of Montreal, Royal Bank of Canada, TD Bank, Tangerine Bank, and India's ICICI Bank accounts in 2020. Sanjay and Shalini were then fired from their government information technology jobs and are currently on trial for criminal charges. Sanjay is charged with 2 counts of fraud and 2 counts of breach of trust. He and Shalini are charged with possession of stolen property and laundering the proceeds of crime. Shalini, Chinmaya, and Ujjwal have all denied any involvement in the alleged $11 million theft. Chinmaya and Ujjwal have not been charged criminally. Singh was charged with money laundering, fraud, and possession of stolen property, and Manish Gambhir was charged with possession of stolen property, possession of identity document related or prepared to relate to another person. In the criminal matter, Singh and Gambhir denied any wrongdoing. Gambhir is not named in civil action. My God. "22 computer consultancy firms are also named, and numbered companies run by or linked to 11 of them." Okay. Payment of improper kickbacks, secret commissions, companies. Okay. So this guy just took a shit ton of money. He just took all the fucking money. Imagine my shock, says Tidge. Tricky Mario, $8. Thank you. Someone should give the editors of those Roald Dahl books the Mouse Maker from The Witches. Lives in Your Walls, $2. Dev, send me your garbage. Dev, why are you sending me anime feed? Thanks, man. They're not helping stereotypes by committing a tech support scam. Yes, he just says, under oath, Sanjay said that support for families was a free-flowing program with a lot of loopholes. I thought there may be an opportunity to take the funds out. It looked like easy money for me. $28 million in Canada and India remain frozen under a government-obtained court injunction. $12.4 million in Indian bank accounts, $8 million Waterloo apartment complex, a 7-bedroom house in North York previously valued at $275 million, and 6 Toronto condos. Fuck. This piece of shit. Just frauds, man. Just fucking frauds. All right, guys, that's all the articles for today. Oh, fuck. I can't believe it. So, there's the P.O. box. Send me all of your junk and all your garbage. As long as there's not any more anime feet. Oh, hi, Naomi. What's up? Naomi?
What?
How come you weren't talking?
Work sucked.
You having a bad day?
Yes.
Oh. Naomi, tell them about your bad day. Oh. I guess that's it, eh?
Also, I'm taking that as a yes.
I heard a mildly successful balance mod. If you're interested in those sorts of mods for your server, I'll talk to you about Chicken Silver. Thank you. Thank you for the $5. Listen. Support the channel. $5 a month recurring tip through Patreon, Subscribestar, YouTube memberships, or the Twitch sub button. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free sub, so send it along. Get yourself into the D Club. The Minecraft server is back. The TF2 server is coming, and we're going to be doing movie nights again soon. Everything is happening. Everything's happening. Finally. Actually, wait. Naomi? Come here.
Yes, Devin, love of my life.
Yeah, love of your life.
What do you want?
Are we doing the Uncharted stream tonight? I guess we're not doing the Uncharted stream tonight. Oh. Wow, you said that one quick, Naomi. We were considering doing a bonus stream tonight, but I guess Naomi doesn't want to do it. I guess she had a bad day at work. All right. I guess I'm going to have to end the stream and go get beat up. I'll see you guys tomorrow. New video tomorrow, hopefully. And also, we're going to keep streaming Star Wars Jedi Survivor tomorrow night. So stick around for that, okay? I'll see you guys next time. I love you. Have a good day.